Greetings, hi, the WarOwl greets you. Christmas came early. Valve's winter update is a gift to the community. Returning from last year are the gift packages that you can purchase for $1 or in bulk. When you give a gift, a random player in the server will receive a drop. Also returning is the Freeze Cam Holiday Cheer. When you die, you get a fancy Season's Greetings Christmas card that you'd be proud to send to your family and friends. Dying doesn't feel so bad anymore. But along with the classics comes the new epicness, the inevitable CZ Nerf, and oh my was it nerfed. The community came up with endless suggestions on how to balance the CZ75 machine pistol. Anyone who thought the weapon wasn't overpowered has no idea what they're talking about. At the professional level, it was a cheap way to have a weapon compared to the rifles, one you could also use as a sidearm. This meant that eco rounds weren't so eco, and oppers had a ridiculously powerful sidearm, like they could carry an op and then another rifle. The CZ had a very high fire rate, was a one-hit headshot at close ranges, could tap shoot good enough at medium ranges, and could be used as a sidearm unfairly with an op. The weapon single-handedly shifted the balance of power in professional matches in the entire professional scene. Players who used it well and teams that made good use of it for their tactics, such as Fnatic or LDLC, were on top. It's also worth noting that it was a newbie RNG weapon that belongs in Call of Duty. Valve's Nerf covers all of its strengths. The magazine capacity was reduced to 8 instead of 12, meaning that instead of 2 magazines, it now has 3 smaller magazines, but the same amount of ammo overall. This prevents it from being sprayed so darn much. I mean, the weapon had such a high outpouring of DPS, the damage has also been reduced to prevent the one-hit headshots. Keep in mind, the M4 is not a one-hit headshot weapon, but the CZ was. This meant the CZ was a better weapon than the M4 in many situations. That's not right. To add on to the reduced FPS, the firing rate has been reduced. One of the main criticisms of the weapon was its high fire rate. But when I played with it, I didn't really notice the reduction that much. It sort of felt the same. One of the creative changes is increasing the amount of time it takes to take out the CZ, the draw time. Now it pulls it out like a drunk gunslinger in a western, about to be pumped full of iron. This nerfs its use as a secondary to the op, since it takes so much time to take it out. They also reduced the kill reward with it dramatically, giving only 100. That change, I don't know if I agree with. Now it just feels useless. Like, you wouldn't even buy it on an eco round because of that. With a P250 or a 5.7 or a Tech 9, you get 3 times as much money for a kill with it. Eco is about getting money for the next round and doing economic damage. Now, I'm not some kind of magical math wizard, but I don't think it makes much sense to ever use the CZ now. We also saw a price increase to the M4A1S to $3,100, the same price as the M4A4. With so many advantages on the M4A1S, the easy spray pattern and the silencers, it always boggled my mind why it was so much cheaper. Now I see the M4A4 being used more by players who are going to be pre-shooting, wall-banging, support-type players, that sort of a thing, and the M4A1 more for lurks and fraggers. Deagle was also reduced in price to $700. It's an incredibly minute change, but it makes sense, since the Deagle is definitely not as powerful as it was in previous installments of the game, although the price remained the same. What's that I hear in the distance? Could it be? Train! That's right, somebody at Valve headquarters put a penny on the track of the original, causing it to derail in most esports tournaments, so they re-engineered it. But that's not the point I'm making. Nobody would choose to play it. T's would never push, they were stationary. I apologize for that last sentence. I'm an idiot. Train was probably the most vetoed map, incredibly CT-sided. People just didn't like it. After attempts to balance it failed, addressing the concerns, Valve finally made the right call and took it off life support. Or did they? We saw Train disappear from active duty list, but it wasn't dead for long. It was waiting. They made it better, faster, stronger. It actually looks pretty cool now. It's very visually appealing compared to the previous one. My biggest complaint with the original train was the models everywhere. They were complicated, you didn't know where the hitboxes were, you always ran into stuff, the corridors were too narrow. It was a mess. This new one went in favor of a more boxcar-y, boxy train style, exactly what they needed. And instead of recycling the yellow thingies from Nuke, we have a proper, interesting bomb site that is easy to traverse, but at the same time it maintains the same gameplay benefits. I'm gonna make a separate video where I go in depth about the changes made to Train because there's a lot to talk about here. It's pretty much a remade map with the same layout. You can look at it as the difference of the fan-made remake of Mirage and the CSGO version of Mirage. It is so different. I recommend launching CSGO and checking it out. I've only been able to play the map like 6 times so far, but so far I can say it plays very well. It took the workers 15 years, but they finally unloaded that shipment of Pop Dog. What we can take away from this update is that Valve is truly working hard on this game. They are making changes specifically based on top-level professional tournament results. They are listening to the community, and I think the dev team really doesn't deserve all the nasty comments you people write about them everywhere all over the internet. I mean, I see equally nasty comments about me, but I probably deserve them. I'm a jerk. But really, there's a good way to give feedback, and then there's a childish whining way. Also, there's a bunch of new community stickers added into the game. You can purchase stickers in 2 different ways. One is to purchase them from the deals that show up on your CSGO homepage. There'll just be a random sticker every once in a while that you can buy for $1. The other is to purchase them from the market, people who have bought them and put them on the market from those deals. Here, you can choose whatever sticker you want, but the price is gonna be a little bit steeper. The reason I think Valve uses this method instead of the capsules is that they now control the number of each sticker in circulation. So by injecting the stickers into the market when they need to, they make sure that the price for any one sticker doesn't drop too low based on the supply, based on the demand. But again, I don't have any inside info, that's just a theory. Now, how could I make a video without mentioning that other thing that you're all screaming right now that I should mention, that everybody knows? The WarOwl sticker is now in the game. You can now put a piece of this YouTube channel on your weapons in the game. This is, in actuality, the coolest thing to ever happen to me. I'm now in my favorite game, the game I've been playing for 15 years, the game I quit my job to make videos about. I want to extend my sincerest thanks to the devs for allowing this into the game, to all the folks who have helped me along the way in getting this YouTube channel to where it is, to Bexy, the artist who created the WarOwl character, and finally and most importantly, to you, the viewers, the supporters, the people who took their time to upvote the sticker, this entire channel, all the content and all the stickers and everything. Basically, my entire lifestyle would not be possible without you folks supporting me. I've tried 6 or 7 different times in the past to get WarOwl into the game, through skins, through stickers, over the past 2 years. All have failed, all have been rejected. Everybody was writing all over social media that it wasn't possible, that the WarOwl would never be in the game. Let me tell you something. Don't let anybody ever tell you what you cannot accomplish. The only one stopping you is yourself. I'm TheWarOwl, and I still have no closer.